Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4000 Week Records India. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So. The United States and Germany are at war, and Americans have already landed near Berlin. Like, it's so over for Germany, I don't know how to explain how over it actually is. Aside from that, the Chinese have invaded Tibet. We have sent over a handful of divisions, and I'm hoping we can at least keep them at bay for a decent amount of time. Now, after 30 days, we will be able to send over another 2 divisions. That gets up to 5. Kingdom of Montenegro has been refounded. Congratulations to Montenegro. And I'm assuming eventually, with enough escalation, we'll actually just declare war on China. What are anything of these? Indian Sphere owns Pondicherry. Danish membership into the Toronto Accord. That's actually really bad for Germany, because that's actually directly bordering you. The Imperial State of Iran is taken United States. The National Unity Government of Iran was annexed. That's us. Liberal socialism. The Iranian constitutionalist victory. The conflict in Iran has come to an end, with the opposition constitutional forces triumphing over the military-led enemies. Strongly backed by a variety of outside powers, including the Anglo-American Alliance and the Indian Republic, the Constitutionalists have fought against the German-backed regime of the military and the Shah, in what is significant blows to German interest in the region. The Constitutionalists have finally gained the full control over the country. Okay. Now, scroll down. We can actually now also influence Tibet. Right now they're at 0, which I'm kind of surprised by, but we do have, 1 point in Iran. We do need more than that, for sure. Okay, curb regional autonomy, more stability, more war support. Honestly, it's not what we're really looking for right now. Indo-Chinese matters, the Opium Trail, supply weapons by sea. This allows us to send more volunteers to Vietnam. Vietnam's not at war right now, which is kind of funny. We do not meet the requirements. We cannot have this and support Pan-Malaya thinkers. Okay, you know what? That makes perfect sense. I am stupid. We could do Arabian Nights. This would allow us to maybe invade some areas in the Middle East. But with a war on China, right on our border, I don't think that makes sense. I think what we need to do is we need to be more friendly with the Soviet government. I don't know if that'll allow them to support us in a war against China, but if we can have them invade through the north, I mean, that could be useful. Or do we want to get more of our political tree done? Because we don't have a military tree. We don't have a war tree, like an aircraft or military tree. I guess would be a better way to phrase it. We don't have any of those. So for now, diplomats. We could at the very least talk to the Indo-Chinese. We can at least talk to Vietnam, because you are backed by the Chinese government. So any war between us and China could definitely easily break out into a war in Vietnam as well. Okay, so we have 1, 2, so we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9 divisions right now we can see on the border. Again, one problem with us invading China is that war in this part of China, which is most of it geographically, sucks. You don't want to do it. You really want to be here, but that's kind of also the furthest place from us. 2 divisions. Okay, we can actually stretch you out by 1. I'm a little bit ashamed that you lost this river access, but it is what it is. Can't change that now. Okay, so we can escalate the conflict. Allows us to send 2 more volunteers. Let's send in... Not the light... no. Let's send in the light infantry. Send these bad boys in. Also, I do see that you guys have a bunch of militia divisions, which are also hot ass. We're going to switch you over immediately to be something that's less garbage. We don't want any militias, because they're just bad. We do need more guns, though. Our gun production's fucking horrible. How many guns do we make right now? Only 25 a day, which is nowhere near what we need. Hey, the Congo has won their war. Protectionism, European armor. I don't know what that does for us. But we helped them win. That's good. And for 30 political power. I mean, if we can get Sikkim and Bhutan on side, I feel like that's gotta be good. Gotta be good. And Congo. Do we have any influence with you? I don't know. Again, I don't think there's a way to check. Like, there's the sphere of influence map mode, but that doesn't actually tell us anything. Oh, I know it does. If you hover over it, Indian influence 3, Indian influence 1, Accord influence 1, Indian influence 2. Your line member, no points here. Okay. Oh, you're now actually the Iranian Soviet Socialist Republic. That makes me very, very happy to see. I'm glad that there was immediately a coup in Iran. Can I invite them to faction? I don't know. Not allowed to join factions. Okay, it's just blocked, which is fair. Revolutionary Communist. What are you right now? You are Marxist-Leninist? No, you're a Revolutionary Communist. But you're not actually popular enough, which is very funny. But if they're socialist, right? Influence their politics. Invest in them. Revolution in Afghanistan. They need to be a trading partner. I don't know how to make them a trading partner. I guess we just need to make them like us more. Okay, 2 more divisions have arrived. Excellent. Send those guys immediately to this army. We're going to extend the front line by just 1 more tile. And you're at 50. 517 defense is really, really good. Commander skill plus 27. Planning speed plus 27. Can we provide you any air support? 2 air wings? You have it. Okay, you do have an airfield. Benefil has been elected. Congo conflict. Okay, I mean, you know, you win one, you lose another. We're going to send you and you into the Himalayas. Oh, no, it's a different Congo. Apparently, Angola is also being called the Congo, which is fine by me. You guys will join into Green Army. Okay, Sudan has gained their independence. Congo is joined. Did you really join the UN? European armor. I mean, it's fine to join the UN. Like, I'm not anti-UN. But doesn't that require you to be... has national spirit? But they don't have any of these. So maybe it's different depending on what kind of country you are. I'm not actually too sure. Okay. We got 7, 10, 17... minimum right now 21, 22, 23. So you see minimum 23 troops on the border right now. We might... we need more soldiers, man. That much is very, very true. Here, more donations. Our aircraft are now here. Give us some superiority. If they only have 100 bombers, they have no actual fighters in the region, at least not yet. But we'll see soon. But I'm happy to have the air superiority, for sure. You've been pushed back. We're gonna... oh, God, you're all getting pushed back, huh? I mean, there's a lot of Chinese troops. There's no denying that. How many troops does China have? I know we've been counting them repeatedly. Where the fuck is China in this list? I don't see their flag. Are you at war with anybody else? Oh, is it the Mongolian flag on here? It is. No. Yes, it's not using the Chinese flag. It's using the Mongolian flag. 8K versus 2K. Casualties for our side already at 2.3K. Okay, hold your position. Pull back. Pull back. Move to Lhasa, please. Get there as quickly as you possibly can. Alliance with Indonesia. Again, that allows us to influence them, which could be nice, but that requires us to have to be able to spend political power, which I also don't really have the opportunity to do so. So, what else we have in here? Removes unbalanced officers. You know what? That actually would be nice. Let's do weapons within our reach. We'll get some chemical weapon bonuses. You guys are both moving towards Lhasa. Pull you down south, move you back. Try not to lose the capital of Tibet, because that's going to be like a major blow to our the German Spring. Berlin's U-Bahn network has been a hotbed of fighting since the outbreak of the German Civil War. Until recently, none of the factions have been able to take full control over the underground, as the sheer size and complexity of the tunnel network limited any comprehensive large-scale operations. This resulted in an odd situation where a faction underground could deviate wildly from any faction in control of the surface. However, just recently, leftists and pro-democratic rebels sheltered in the U-Bahn have formed a united front, calling for the people's rule and end of all wars and violent Nazi opposition. So, there's now the people's... Okay, it actually looks like... Did the Americans really get kicked out of Germany? I'm stunned by that. I did not think that would happen. I mean, they're already halfway dead. 1K dead, 26. German Greater Reich is already pretty low. Wait, are you not a... You're not war with all three. Oh, you know what? It's actually... It's considered 3 separate wars, right? Yeah, because it's 3 different factions. But now there's the People's Army, which is right now socialist, but they're kind of a united front. Are they going to allow the... Are they going to allow the Americans military access? Maybe, but we'll have to kind of wait and see on that one. Okay, I need you to pull back. National Federation of Indian Women. In a nation that fought for liberation from Britain, many women still feel like they do not have given the equal treatment in this new India, still being discriminated against based on their gender and dealing with conservative gender norms. As a result, many have banded together in a new organization known as the National Federation of Indian Women. Founded by members of the Communist Party, such as Urna Ashif Ali, the movement acts as a pacifist and feminist group that has organized itself to promote women's rights and affairs in the new Indian states. Alongside its domestic women's rights efforts, the Federation has sought the links with women organizations across the colonialized world, and has even made statements on broader global affairs, denouncing great power conflict and proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. You guys have really decent defense, huh? I'm not happy with it. I don't like it at all. I did not know China was this had this many men. We really need to start preparing ourselves more than I have been. I've neglected the might of the Kuomintang. Anything we can do with any of you? Not right now, unfortunately. Sudanese Civil War. Sure. A civil war is broken out in Sudan between the Nolik North and the Equatorian South. Veto Northern domination in the South has sparked widespread unrest and revolt, leading to multiple uprisings of multiple southern military units. Our diplomat suggests that we might be able to take advantage of the situation in order to consolidate our influence in the future. So you're a traditionalist with 5% socialist. I guess we'll back the North. Fanatic German defense. Radicalized by Nazi ideology, millions of Germans are prepared to fight to the death and defend their fatherland. That's crazy for Sudan to have, but that's okay. Well, welfare reforms, North-South divide. I mean, I guess we'll back the North in their war. 2-6 versus 1-9. I mean, the South has pushed into the North. Maybe I backed the wrong horse. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I can't sign volunteers anyway, so I don't know if it really makes any real difference. Okay, hold your position here. Go back to Lhasa. I mean, if we can hold the capital, then revolutionary volunteers. As nice as that would be, it's definitely not an option we have right now. I'm glad that arming the Sikkim state does not require us to have any guns ourselves. Because I definitely don't. Okay, more British collaborators. Are there even... Like, what are the chemical weapons? 400 days. The Chinese ultimatum to India. As India increases its participation in the Sino-Tibetan War on the side of the Tibetans, the Chinese Foreign Ministry has issued an ultimatum to the Indian government. Announced in an emergency press conference, Nanjing has once again restated its sovereignty over Tibet, stating that the ongoing military operation is a strictly domestic affair. Following this, China has demanded India to withdraw all of its assets and personnel from the territory of Tibet within 30 days. When asked how would China react, In the case of Indian rejection, the Chinese spokesperson replied, "If our generous demands are not met, the Republic of China reserves the right to view India's transition as an act of war." I mean, again, that's pretty bad because our units are kind of dog shit. But if we can fight a defensive war, not to necessarily drain Chinese manpower, because that's never going to happen, but if we can drain Chinese factories' outputs, then it would be nice. As the conflict in Germany drags on, more and more of the general populace is getting tired of the seemingly endless fratricide and harsh conditions generated by the war. This feeling of exhaustion has devolved into the creation of a rebellious coalition of anti-Nazi leaders known as the People's Germany. The main cities within the Reich have fallen into disarray from riots and mass protest at the movement, where most military forces were concentrated on the war front. Toronto Accord has established contact with the rebels, giving out promises of material aid and form of support. International observers have questioned the rebellion's chance of succeeding, citing the larger military capacities of the warring Nazi states. But that maybe these recent developments may turn things around for the anti-fascist warriors. Again, Denmark's in the war. There's been multiple landings here. Britain has consolidated its position right now. Like, Germany is going to lose. There's no doubt in my mind, or probably anybody's mind, that's going to happen. Nuclear capabilities, wartime rocketry, biological weapons. Generally, I don't know what this does. It doesn't seem like it actually has any modifiers. Radars. You know what? We can get some radar detections. We can maybe try to build like one radar station. You're now the Republic of Iran. You're still communist. But you're no longer the Soviet Republic of Iran. So I'm not too... Iran's in a bit of a weird political situation, to put it mildly. Put more points here. Do more pageant agitation. Outbreaks in Pondicherry. Protests against French rule of the city of Pondicherry on the east coast of India have broken out. The protests are demanding that the territory be reunited with India. The protests are in danger of turning violent and nothing is to be done. Excellent. Well, we want that to happen. We're so far from the potential civil war, and I don't even know if there's anything we can really do to make it go by faster. I'm guessing the Kuomintang has been really, really good at holding this back, holding back the influence of CPC, but I don't like it. I want more influence, please. Agitation in Goa. We don't own Pondicherry yet. But presumably it will switch to our side in due time. IFV. I mean, what do I want? What do I want? Flamethrowers, better engineered, 100%. You know what? Boom. We'll get our flamethrowers. Your light tank 3. But the IFV, you're not a light tank, right? You're different. It's very confusing, to put it mildly. But we won't change anything, at least right yet. You have the manpower. You don't have any guns. You guys have no support equipment. How long is this drought going to last? Over a year. What is it mostly spent on? For new deployments, for reinforcements, 3,062 rifles. My goodness. 500 planes was actually kind of great. We're forming the army. Okay, let's conscript women into the armed forces. We got 10, 14, 18. Maybe they don't have as many troops as I thought. Minimum 24. It depends on how many troops they also have on the border with, the Soviets or with Korea or with, the Russian Republic. There's a couple of different states here. Wait, is that a boar's head? What is this? I think it's a boar. Maybe it's like a pig. Not 100% too sure. And now here's the thing. There's going to be like two pretty powerful Soviet governments. Again, the Perm or maybe, I don't know if they can like unify. Make one bigger Soviet government. That'd be in my best interest. We can only The Shanghai mission. Arms smuggled in from India. It also goes to the Red Army and to the Soviet, the Ukrainian Soviet government. And Belarus as well. But you give... I mean, I guess none of this actually gives it a decision. Well, you give us an event, which is the Shanghai mission. It's hard to say, man. I don't actually know. What are your modifiers? Do you have any good ones? The Marshals, Red Army, attack on defense of core territory is pretty good. Unfortunately, you're not core territory. Public discontent. NKVD's reign of terror, party factionalism, fractured Red Army, the Union in shambles, limping army, the little NKVD. Ugh, it's close, man. Again, probably the Perm government. But maybe, you know what, we could also just hold off for a while. The deadline. It's been 30 days since the Chinese ultimatum. Our officials have held out for as long as possible. But we must now decide on the course of action. We can either ignore their demands and treat this as a mere bluff, or we can comply with their demands in hopes of avoiding total war. We will ignore their bluff. And I will say with the bluff ignored, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not doing it, thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.